Glad you made it back, everybody. Today's preamble was inspired by the following email. Dear Mr. Salcedo, I already know the statistics, but a lot of your viewers may like to see Trump's statistics versus Biden's statistics side by side, such as illegal alien crossings, inflation, fuel prices, food costs, fentanyl deaths, to name a few. Thanks so much for your show. Benny. Well, Benny, you ask, we give. Thanks to John in the Newsmax data center for putting all of this together for us. How is Bidenomics treating you? We show you the numbers in today's preamble. Let's start with gas prices. Average gas prices over the Trump years versus the O'Biden years. 2017, Americans were paying an average of $2.47 a gallon, 2018, $2.79, 2019, $2.70, and by 2020, $2.24. Then, as Biden's anti-energy policies began to grip the nation, 2021, $3.19 a gallon. 2022, $4.67 a gallon, setting a record high. And in 2023 so far, around $3.55. Now let's talk about gallons of a different kind. The average price for a gallon of milk. Coming out of the Obama into the Trump era, the average cost of a gallon of milk was $3.23 in 2017. In 2018, it dropped to $2.90. 2019, $3.04. And in 2020, amid the China virus supply chain issues, $3.32. Enter Joe Biden in 2021, $3.55. In 2022, $4.09. And so far this year, $4 for a gallon of milk. How many of you like to eat healthy and love chicken? Well, the average price per pound of chicken, $1.47 in 2017. In 2018, it was $1.50 and stayed that way until 2019. Slight bump in 2020 to $1.56 a pound. Then Biden in 2021, $1.53. Huge jump to $1.80. And so far in 2023, $1.92 per pound for chicken. Now, what about the lawlessness at the southern border? These are the official numbers from the past that Joe Biden is currently hiding from our people about the present from Customs and Border Protection. Illegal alien apprehensions at the southern border in 2017, 303,916. In 2019, a massive jump to 851,508. Then the border barriers remain in Mexico, and other Trump-era policies kicked in, cutting encounters in half by 400,651. That was the total in 2020. Then Joe Biden opened the borders. Illegal alien encounters nearly quadrupled to 1,734,686 in 2021, rose again to a jaw-dropping 2,378,944 in 22, and so far in this year, 1,641,943. Though, as stated, journalists are having a darnable time getting the most up-to-date info out of the current regime. Now, what has Joe Biden and his Democrat Party done to the American dream of owning a home? When Biden took office, the median home price was $303,900, with the interest rate on an average 30-year mortgage sitting at 2.77%. The amount of annual income required to purchase a home at that time, $56,040. Today, in Joe Biden's Democrat economy, the median home price is $416,300. The average interest rate for a 30-year mortgage sits at 6.77% and rising. Now, because our currency has been so devalued, among other factors, the amount of annual income required to purchase a home has nearly doubled to $108,320. In other words, you need to earn 93% more to own a home in Joe Biden's Democrat America. So how do you and your fellow Americans feel about all this? When Americans were asked by Gallup if America was going in the right direction in November of 2016, 37% said yes. Through the Trump years, the number floated in the high 20s to the low 30s until May of 2020, then the virus hit. 2021, the poll hit 30s just briefly, but hasn't hit the mark since. So there you have it. Every election, Americans are asked to inform their votes by answering one question. Are you better off today than you were since the last election? A comparison by the numbers shows that through sentiment and data, hard data, Americans were better off on virtually every metric under President Trump than under Joe Biden's lawless ESG and corrupt government. But with the advent of the aforementioned ESG, or environmental social governance, there's a worrisome infection in this country. There are actually people out there who are in charge, who actually believe that losing our rights, prosperity, and security is better. They also believe that living under a one-world government is the only way to ensure that their push for diversity, inclusion, and equity comes into being. In short, these godless heathens believe America must die so that a new communist, one-world government can create their idea of heaven on earth.
We need a revolution in order to overthrow this system, bring a whole new communist world into being that can actually ensure the rights of black and brown people. And whether or not you agree, or if you still are caught up in this electoral politics bullshit, even if you are, even your hopes for a more progressive or liberal agenda are not going to happen while the second president of the Confederacy is in the White House. Let's work together to tear that statue down.
Revolution, nothing less.
Revolution, nothing less. Now, for the rest of us sane people who are real Americans who wish to remain free, safe, and prosperous, it's clear that we must reverse course in almost every facet of our government and life. And that begins with kicking the government out of our daily lives. Because we all know under this big, unaccountable government model, we are all worse off today than we were in 2020.